What's going on YouTube? Hannebeck making another brand new Crypto TV episode. Today's video we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, as well as the S&P 500 if we have time. Really what we're going to be focusing on is the fact that most of these cryptocurrencies are forming some pretty textbook indicators right now that are leading towards the next potential break within pretty much all the cryptocurrencies. We have major pennant flags and falling wedges forming on things like Ethereum and XRP. We have ascending fractals as well. We have Bitcoin, which is also forming a falling wedge, which we actually just broke out of yesterday, which we called, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. And we have, Cardano forming a much bigger descending triangle that's forming on its daily charts here. And with that notion in mind, we are going to extend our view here and look at things like Bitcoin and XRP on more of a macroeconomic scale instead of being so microeconomic and up close on these 4-hour and hourly charts here, hopefully to help us better understand when the next buying opportunity is there a possible chance of a potential pullback, and how we can protect ourselves in case that does happen. Otherwise, guys, definitely make sure to partake in our crypto coin display giveaway completely free. All you have to do is comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below, as most of you are, as well as comment subscribed, as we will be checking. If you are not subscribed, you won't win one of these free $130 XRP crypto ticker displays. Very cool project, I may have to add. You can see here they are bridging real-world crypto capital in the new economy, and they're building a hybrid on-chain CeFi and DeFi ecosystem that bridges, like I said, real-world capital to blockchain and accelerates transition to the new D-economy that they are creating. It's a very, very, very up-to-date, very modern, minimalistic website that just shows how much time they've spent onto here. But what they do deeper than that is what's really cool here. You can see they have pretty much been in every single news option that's out there. Yahoo, Benzinga, they got pretty much every single crypto coin listing, Bitcoin Insider, things of all that, Being Crypto, which I used to work for, very funny. But pretty much you can see here infrastructure to bring a new era of finance. So there's a lot of things going on here. They have token listings on PancakeSwap. They have listings on pretty much all these other exchanges. They have airdrops for $50,000. Lots of stuff. We will be talking about them at the end of today's video. So if you are intrigued or interested in ZAM and the ZAM token, stick around to the end of today's episode. Or if you can't wait, I have linked them in the description down below, so you can check out all the information about them there. Otherwise, guys, definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, and let's dive into today's episode. All right, guys, first things first, you guys can see I am on the current coin market cap. You can see top 10 cryptocurrencies. Today is mainly just a day of consolidation. You can see here, for the most part, things are pretty much just flatlined out after the major recovery that we did have on these cryptocurrencies after we did correct lower. And you can see it hasn't really affected any of these cryptocurrencies to that much. Shiba has pretty much died down for the most part here, kind of consolidating out. You can see it is sort of building a bigger, ascending or symmetrical triangle, which we will talk about later today in Shiba's episode. But you can see for the most part these cryptocurrencies have been pretty much stabilized and are not really seeing much volume right now for the past couple of days here. Now, jumping into XRP, you guys remember we did have immediately, or the first thing we had was actually a descending triangle, which you can kind of see the development of here. This is what we were originally tracking. This was the downtrend. We had this as a sideways channel here, the price floor, and you can see how we were creating these lower highs, and we had one rock bottom solid price floor that really we kind of still have, but after we had more consolidation, the Elliott wave pretty much was completed. You can see we kind of did break fairly bearish with that Elliott wave completion, which was interesting, but we immediately recovered out of that and went right back inside what appears to be now some sort of falling wedge pattern here, which is also a bullish scenario. Now, am I buying right into this market right now, and do I recommend you guys buying into this market right now? No, of course not. It's not ready yet, and we discussed this because we are trading inside a very like dead man's land territory here, and I don't recommend trading XRP inside the sideways channel here, because for the most part markets just literally float up and down inside of here. You can see it's consistent that we just hit the bottom, break up, hit the top, break down, hit the bottom, break up. It's consistent with the same thing happening over and over again. Now, if that's what you guys like to do and you're that moderate to aggressive trader and you see us kind of rebound off bottom supports here, you could buy in and leverage to the upside, and vice versa. We hit top resistance, we close below it here, anticipate reversals to the downside here. It's a good short opportunity if you know how to do do so on Bityard. If you don't know how to leverage trade cryptocurrencies, you don't know how to leverage trade XRP, then you shouldn't do it. Obviously, you can practice on Bityard. We do have a demo account right here that you can easily take advantage of, which is really cool. Starts you up with 100K, and then you get to play around with your money and see whether or not you are able to make a profitable trade. And there's really no risk. It's trading around with monopoly money. So that's really cool as well. Otherwise, guys, what to consider here is the fact that you can leverage trade crypto, you can buy and long, you can create those stop losses. And what you do is when you see a position, when we discuss moving positions higher, because I know a lot of people ask me with Bityard specifically, other exchanges, you're allowed to just move that stop loss up. You do have to close and complete your position on Bityard, open a new one, and set the stop loss higher, as you can do. Very simple like that. But I did link Bityard in the description down below if you did want to join. November 1st, we are getting new sign-up bonuses, which is really cool. But as you guys can see, for example, we are starting to rebound off this top resistance here and correct lower. Not something I would worry about. When is the buy-in opportunity for XRP specifically? That would be when we completely close above this resistance. I believe strongly that $1.13, as clearly indicated in the past right here, as well as right now, that this is the resistance rejection zone, and we've tried numerous occasions to break above here, and we tend to not. Obviously, the moving averages and this support and this resistance is a smaller one there, and we've learned that when we buy in here, we could easily get rejected and correct lower. So if we're playing it more on the conservative side, we wait for resistance to close us above this level up here at $1.13. If we don't, we're probably not going to profit that well, in my opinion here. So the next thing to wait for is, yes, confirming a breach above our downtrend here would be beneficial and ideal, but it's not always the buy-in opportunity. It's right above $1.13. We close above there. That's when I'll be like, okay, time is ready to buy in. Markets are confirming that we are in a bullish scenario. Then we can, leverage to the upside here. Vice versa, if we close below this support level at $1.05, we can buy in for a short, very similar to what happened here. If we closed here, you can see how much opportunity we had to short this to the downside here. It's small trades. That's why we move that stop loss lower very quickly, and we take our profits because we're not trading on the daily or the weekly charts. We're trading on the hourly and the 4-hourly, which happened very quick, as we discussed with Bitcoin, and we'll discuss that a little bit later today, or a little bit later in this episode. You can see here we need this to complete itself. The falling wedge pattern here is not yet completed. If we can confirm breaching above here and closing above $1.13, that's when we can continue that trend to the upside here. Honestly, though, playing the devil's advocate, playing the daily charts here, you guys still know we are still inside what appears to be a major symmetrical triangle. And I feel like this has to be discussed because not many people, there's a lot of people that joined, like over 500 people that joined that are new to the channel that don't realize that, yeah, we still have a big symmetrical triangle because I haven't really zoomed out. And you guys can clearly see the problem zone that lies here. We could easily correct lower and fall and hit point C, which is still what we're targeting potentially, especially because Bitcoin and these other cryptos are kind of hitting all-time highs and resistances, which could form a correction. We have to just play the devil's advocate that, yeah, there's still this short-term possibility we break back up, but how high could we go? To retest this resistance here, the top of this downtrend, the problem downtrend right here, this trend line. And there's a chance we could, and there's also a big chance of reversal, and we could fall all the way to making a point C on our big symmetrical, Elliott wave formation here, which I haven't forgotten about. But you just keep that in the back pocket. We're making trades or scalping the markets on the hourly and the 4-hour for XRP, so I'm not worried. We're not making a long-term trade yet, so, it shouldn't affect us. Now, moving on to like Bitcoin here, for example, here's a problem zone. So yesterday we discussed that there is a falling wedge, I think a day or two ago. And you can see clear as day that we've been kind of bouncing and pinballing off the top and bottom resistances of this falling wedge pattern here. You can also see we've kind of fallen inside an ascending fractal as well, where prices have been using some supports here. You can see the problem with this is we actually did breach this. And, if you bought in on the hourly charts, which you can see is where we were talking about this is what we were dealing with, this falling wedge pattern. If you waited and were a moderate to aggressive style of trader to close the hourly charts above this downtrend here, then you could have bought in and leveraged to the upside, and you could have made a small chunk of change. If you waited for the hourly charts to close above here, there was still opportunity for us to head even higher because we did to move that stop loss up. But for those that know, for our moderate to conservative style of trades here, what we discussed in specific yesterday and what we were still waiting for is for confirmation of a breach above this resistance here that we've drawn drawn in with yellow. You can see once again here that we've been talking about beginner traders or conservative ones, as I say I am, was waiting for confirmation to close us above this resistance, which we've had problems breaking through for quite some time now. Resistance here, or actually it was a support here, and now it's acting as resistance again. So we've been waiting patiently. We saw yesterday was a big opportunity. We waited, we retested it, we reversed lower. So you could have either bought in and shorted if you wanted to play this moderate to aggressive, but as a conservative trader, we were waiting to buy in long once we closed above here, anticipating a run back up to the upside, which would either retest all-time highs or at least retest the top of this resistance, which we can scale up again, which you can see would be probably closer to about 66,000, if not retesting all-time highs here. And we're still in that position here because we did not only break outside the falling wedge pattern, which is a bullish sign, we're also retesting, you can see the support level here. So there's a chance we can breach this resistance, this yellow resistance here again, and we'll head right back up to retesting about 66K. So there's a lot of potential here, but honestly, as a conservative trader, what I'm waiting for, and for those that are beginners, if you're a beginner trader, what I am waiting for is confirmation where we close the 4-hour above this resistance. This is that final resistance level discussed yesterday and discussed today. If we fall, back down. Now I want to play the devil's advocate again, as we did with XRP, scaling things up to, let's say, the weekly charts here for Bitcoin. You can see an interesting pattern here that almost is unveiling what could be a double top. Now I don't want to say that this is the end of the bull market. I really don't, but there are some people that are starting to hint at this, and honestly, there's so many people that are so invested into crypto right now, they just don't think like that. You can see back in the past year, this was 2017. I want to jump we could do 2017, 2018, because I was definitely there. I was much more naive and emotionally invested when we were trading back in 2017, 2018. I just started my YouTube channel much earlier than this. Actually, I probably invested into crypto much earlier when prices were about 1,700, and I started probably making my videos when we were at like $5,000, $4,000. And you can see, I remember the exact point that we shot all the way up to this resistance level here. I was in my English class. But since then, we corrected lower and we shot back up and we went back to like $18,000. And I was like, okay, we're going to head higher. We didn't. So that's the unfortunate part. We continued to correct lower. And that's what you guys just have to wait for, is that when we do hit a bear market, it is going to be a bear market. That's what you guys need to just be aware of. Now, yes, there are some supports and there are some uptrends that this market is creating, which is definitely a good sign here. And we did kind of break out to what we were tracking as a bigger Elliott wave formation here, which is pretty incredible. But you can see for the most part here, as I start to remove these, we'll extend our uptrend here. Not the one that I wanted to touch. This one right here. Just using this now, we'll see exactly what happens here. We could either rally off this bottom support here and head up higher. Who knows? But right now we are retesting top resistance, and this is starting to form what appears to be a double top. You can see this is the first one. We have our bounce at the neckline, and then we could head right back up to retest top resistance. If rejected off this, these would be two double tops. These would be the 2 points right here, the 2 shoulders on the retracement level. You can see it right here, and this could signal reversal to swing us back down to neckline and pull us back down lower. Is it possible for us to hit all the way down to 12,000? Of course. Is it likely? Probably not. And these would be very good, pickings if we were to correct that lower. But I'm just saying we could be seeing the top resistance right now as we are starting to play out. And you can see last time we had a lot of trouble here. You can see these are weeks of consolidation retesting top resistance, and we now are only retesting it again. But this could signal reversal. I'm just letting you guys, play this at a more weekly to more moderate, macro level scale, potentially seeing corrections to the downside here. I just want you guys to visualize this if we do decide to breach some support levels and start to head lower. Now, playing this short term, playing this on scalping the market when we're in and out in a couple of days, you guys can see here, zooming back into the 4-hour charts, we are waiting once again for confirmation above that 62 and change level right here, 63K if you wanted to play it more conservative, but about 62.5. We close above that. That's when we can confidently buy in, and hopefully we can reverse off there. As we can start to see right now, there is some uncertainty forming within these candles here as they're closing, and these are signs of reversal back up. So let's be patient with that. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much covering most of these cryptos. I mean, we didn't cover Cardano and Ethereum or the S&P 500 because the video's going long. We're still in this ascending fractal here, as we did just break to all-time highs again. We might bounce off bottom support and head higher. but again, not really focused on that. Still waiting for this to play out within Cardano, and S&P 500 is just continuously pumping higher, currently retesting resistance, as we have done numerous occasions before. So expect to see a small pullback. That's really what I'm seeing. We don't tend to breach this top resistance and become overbought on the S&P 500, so I'd be shocked if we see it today. Usually this is the highest it goes, so we could see a small dip and then another pump back to the upside here. That's what I'm waiting for. Otherwise, guys, I do want to talk about Zam, as I want to give a shout out to Zam for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. Now, guys, Zam ecosystem includes two projects, Zam.io, a crypto project, and Zam.me, an online bank. Now, we're going to be talking about Zam.io, which is building a hybrid CeFi DeFi financial ecosystem that bridges real capital to blockchain and accelerates the transition to the new decentralized economy. So guys, the ecosystem enables equity investors to extend their stocks portfolio to crypto markets using a platform for stablecoin loans secured by stocks as collateral, or zMorgan protocol. These stablecoins were created by Zam and are known as USDZ and AEDZ, which are pegged to the US dollar and the Emitrade Dirham. Now guys, some of those investors consist of Pools Ventures, who are founders of the top launchpad fund, Nikhil Capital, Node Capital, etc. And a list of all of their other investors is available on the main page of their website. So guys, Zam.io's universal CeFi and DeFi wallets, ZamWallet, allows users to store, buy, sell, and manage over 200 plus crypto assets, bringing the best characteristics of CeFi and DeFi into a unified wallet. ZamWallet also offers ready-made investment portfolios built by seasoned traders. Now, the ecosystem's native utility token, Zam, is used to pay for transactions, fees, cross-border transfers, governance, and more. And Zam.io's token is a bridge token between CeFi and DeFi, and the value of Zam is backed by real revenue generated from the Zam.io ecosystem. Now, they want to announce that the IDO will take place on November 1st at the Lightning Launchpad. This is great news for them and their community. After all, Lightning is considered one of the serious and most powerful launchpads, and this partnership makes Zam.io more powerful and even cooler than before. Now, they will share the details with everyone on their social networks, and the price per token will be 0.03 of a dollar, and the pre-IDO token vesting is 25% unlocked on listing day and 75% unlocked linearly over the next 3 months, with a total supply of a little under 900 million tokens. Now guys, Zam.io ecosystem includes platforms for stablecoin loans secured by stocks as collateral, universal CeFi DeFi digital wallets to manage and exchange crypto assets, ready-made crypto investment portfolios, stablecoins, native utility tokens, crypto academies, and much more. And now the Crypto Academy is known as the Babylon Academy, and the team launched it 3 months ago. Today, Babylon Academy already has a large collection of useful, top-quality articles and its own glossary section. And Zam.io has been covered by Yahoo News, Bloomberg, Market Insider, News BTC, Benzinga, Digital Journal, and so many more. So from institutional investors to seasoned traders and new adopters, Zam.io brings a universal solution that covers the needs of every type of user in the industry into one unified ecosystem. And zMorgan gives traditional institutional investors the opportunity to seamlessly transition into crypto markets. Investment portfolios enable seasoned traders to earn by sharing their trading know-how and building portfolios for new traders. Newcomers to crypto are onboarding using a learning platform to understand the industry. Now, the Zam token is a cross-chain utility token of Zam.io, and it's available on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain networks. And Zam will all be available on the most popular centralized and decentralized exchanges. And it is also possible to buy or swap Zam tokens on the Zam wallet. And the Zam.io team plans to roll out an intelligent investment portfolio functionality in November of 2021 that will further simplify crypto investing. And their team wants to introduce CeFi portfolios with time later to introduce DeFi portfolios supported by smart contracts. Intelligent investment portfolios will help users buy several coins at a time with just one click. And these portfolios of coins will be picked out by professional crypto traders and analyst crypto knights who have done their own market analysis. The portfolios will enable users to fix the portfolio profit in time and monitor risks, thereby protecting newbies from emotional turmoil and making difficult decisions and simplifying crypto market entry. In return, intelligent investment portfolio users will share a part of the profit with Zam.io and Crypto Knight, who had prepared for portfolios. In a way, intelligent investment portfolios are somehow a community-based version of trading where transactions are not copied, but rather entire portfolios and token selections. So guys, if you'd like to learn more about the project, please use the link I've provided in the description down below. Otherwise, huge shout out to Zam for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.